straight wins for Brooklyn. The third quarter was the key period for the Nets. They outscored the Raptors 35-17 in that period. Let's hear from Kevin Durant following this win. Kind of bittersweet to be back at Scotiabank Arena for the first time since that awful game at finals where it forced him to miss the next season and a half.
I had some great memories in Toronto. I love playing in Toronto. The fans have been amazing to me. The last time I was here was one of my lowest moments as a basketball player, but it's good to come back here and play and see the fans and get a W.
From that low moment to now, what part of your journey, recovery, where your game is, are you most proud of?
We're proud of all the people that's, sacrificed their time to help me through, this long period, this tough period, because I was a burden on a lot of people mentally. You never knew how I was going to approach the day. But so many people, took their time with me and helped me through this. And I'm just proud that, they stuck with me. And, obviously I was going to do the work, but they made sure I was doing the right work, So I appreciate everybody that was there for me.
I feel like we learned a lot there about Kevin Durant. It's the first time I feel like, and I've asked him a lot about this. In fact, he's kind of thrown it back in my face once or twice, but about that process of getting back to this point. And that's the first time I really recall him talking about how difficult it is. I mean, Candace, rehabbing from injury, what that's like. It is a grueling process. It's okay to open up and say it wasn't easy.
When basketball is your solace and that's what you turn to anytime anything in your life is going wrong. Like for me, that's what I did. I went and played basketball and automatically it made me feel better. Well, when that's taken away, what do? And Kevin Durant eats, breathes basketball. Yep. He didn't even dress up going to games. Nope. He comes in a Hooper's outfit. So I think just that process, him opening up, I think will help a lot of others, a lot of other ballers out there that are going through that similar process.
But more importantly here for Net fans, after kind of a bumpy first week of the season, 2 weeks of season, they now find themselves with 5 straight wins as they begin this relatively long road trip.
I think their chemistry is starting to come together, and obviously it was a short offseason. James Harden talked about he rehabbed mostly the offseason. He's another guy that loves being in the gym. I love the way they're starting to come together, and I give a lot of credit to LaMarcus Aldridge, Patty Mills, Paul Millsaps. Those veterans have kind of had them hang in there for a while and looking for Claxton to come back. This team right now is obviously no Kyrie Irving, but they have stepped up defensively. And one thing I look about Kevin Durant, his rebounding. He's averaging close to 9 rebounds, which that's a career high for him, and he's shooting at a high percentage. I like that he's not just in.
Well, why don't you take us through what you saw today on the court as he tried to take advantage of a very good Raptors defense?
You know what I love about breaking down Kevin Durant and Candace? It's the same thing over and over. Everybody is pretty good defense, great contest, but then when you get a chance to watch, then me and Candace talked about it, great double team, but how can you forget him? After you double team Kevin Durant, you must stay with him. You can't have your back to him. You got to at least have him and be close to him. There's no way you're going to get back on a 7-footer guy. This is what I'm impressed at. I mean, guys don't even think about pressuring up a 7-footer dribbling the basketball, Candace. Then he comes off, and then this is not bad. I mean, defense is there, but he's going to drive it, and he's still the biggest guy on the floor most of the time at a small forward position. And then getting out and running, James Harden. I mean, come on, Fred. Man. You know who's going back. That was one of, if I was a coach, I'm like, Fred, what are you doing? Stay with Kevin Durant. This is where I think he can make the game easy in the playoffs and for the Brooklyn Nets. You can't come double. If you do, it's too late. He kicks it out to Blake Griffin. Obviously, Blake Griffin takes his time. But if he can draw double teams down on the block and get guys easier shots, we know he can score. He's shooting close to 57%. What do you do if you're Gary Trent right there,
Nothing.
Candace?
That's what you do.
He got his hand up.
Hope and pray.
I see that over and over. Guys, great contest, but it seems like they be like this, and he just kind of shoots over.
But
like Candace. Candace does that too.
But you know what? I think we talked about this last year with Giannis. I don't understand why more guys don't utilize LeBron, KD, Giannis in that mid-post area. Because that's an area that that's their bread and butter. They're not fighting and using up a lot of energy. Mm-hmm. They have to double, and then it opens up 3-point shots. So I think just being able to get Kevin Durant in that mid-post area is going to be deadly for them now, but also in the playoffs.